GTA 6 is still on the horizon, and let's be honest, we're all itching to cause chaos in a fresh open world. But while we wait for Rockstar to drop the next big thing, there are some incredible games that bring the same energy, from street brawls and gang wars to high-speed chases and empire building, whether you're into classic PS2 gems or modern masterpieces. Here are 10 games like GTA you need to play right now to survive the wait for GTA 6. First up is True Crime New York City. You play as Marcus Reed, a former gangster turned NYPD officer walking the thin line between justice and revenge. The game lets you patrol the streets of Manhattan, respond to crimes in progress, shake down suspects, and take down entire criminal operations. Or, you can go completely rogue. What made True Crime stand out was its choice system. You could play as a clean cop or turn dirty, extorting civilians and accepting bribes. The open-world map of New York was ambitious for its time, with tons of interior locations to explore. Whether you're busting dealers or flying off the rails in a high-speed chase, this game brings serious GTA vibes, but flips the script by putting you on the other side of the law. Gritty, cinematic, and way ahead of its time. True Crime. New York City is a hidden gem worth revisiting.
Man, shots fired at Times Square nightclub. Music.
Yeah!
Before Rockstar gave us the sprawling cities of Liberty City and Los Santos, they dropped us into the chaotic life of Bull Earth Academy with Bully. You play as Jimmy Hopkins, a rebellious teen trying to survive the brutal world of prep school. What makes Bully so memorable is how it shrinks the GTA formula into the world of adolescence. You're not stealing cars here, you're riding bikes, throwing stink bombs, prank-calling teachers, and climbing the social ladder of jocks, nerds, greasers, and preps. The schoolyard becomes your open-world playground, complete with classes to attend, missions to complete, and a ton of secrets to uncover. It's hilarious, edgy, and surprisingly deep. And while there are no guns or gang wars, the vibe of rebellion and mischief scratches is the same as GTA. Bully is a cult classic that feels just as fresh today and definitely deserves more love. Yakuza 0 is one of the most underrated yet masterfully crafted open-world games you can play today. Set in Japan's neon-lit streets during the economic boom of the 1980s, you step into the shoes of two protagonists, Kazuma Kiryu and Garo Majima, each trying to navigate their way through the gritty underworld of organized crime. This isn't just another beat-em-up game. The combat system is stylish, deep, and brutal. You can switch fighting styles on the fly, slam enemies into walls, or use just about anything around you as a weapon. On top of that, the game is filled with mini-games and bizarre yet charming side quests, from running a cabaret club to dance battles and even chicken racing. While the main story is deeply emotional and intense, it contrasts beautifully with the wacky side missions, creating a roller coaster experience that fans of GTA's balance between serious story and open-world insanity will absolutely love. Mafia Definitive Edition is a complete ground-up remake of the beloved 2002 original, and it's absolutely stunning. You play as Tommy Angelo, a humble cab driver who gets pulled into the dangerous world of organized crime during the 1930s. The game's setting in the fictional city of Lost Heaven oozes atmosphere, from vintage cars and Tommy guns to old-school radio broadcasts and architecture straight out of a mob film. While it's not as open-ended as GTA, the storytelling is far superior, offering a deep, character-driven narrative that feels like playing through a classic gangster movie. Every mission is cinematic and impactful, with excellent voice acting and cutscenes that rival Hollywood. If you love GTA for its crime themes, but want a more structured, story-rich experience, Mafia Definitive Edition is a masterpiece you shouldn't miss. Getaway was one of the most ambitious crime games of its time, bringing the gritty streets of London to life with cinematic flair. You play as Mark Hammond, a former gangster trying to rescue his kidnapped son, and later as Frank Carter, a cop trying to take down the criminal empire pulling the strings. What set the Getaway apart was its film-like presentation. There were no health bars or HUD. Instead, your character would limp, bleed, and react in real time based on damage. You had to lean against walls to heal and use car indicators instead of a GPS. It was immersive, raw, and incredibly atmospheric. London was faithfully recreated with real locations and landmarks, and the voice acting brought that authentic British gangster feel to life. If you love GTA but want something darker, more cinematic, and more focused on storytelling, The Getaway is an unforgettable experience that was way ahead of its time. Sleeping Dogs is one of the most criminally underrated open-world games out there. Set in a vibrant and dangerous version of Hong Kong, you play as Wei Shin, an undercover cop infiltrating the notorious Sun On Yee Triad gang. What makes this game special is its focus on martial arts combat. It's not all about guns and explosions. You're breaking arms, slamming enemies into fish tanks, and performing brutal takedowns straight out of a kung fu movie. The driving is tight, the city feels alive, and the story is gripping with tons of twists and emotional moments. On top of the intense main missions, there are street races, drug busts, karaoke bars, and side quests that keep the world dynamic. Think of it like a blend of GTA, Yakuza, and John Wick, all in one. If you missed this gem back in the day, now's the perfect time to dive in.
Damn, that feels good.
Saints Row 2 is where the series hit that sweet spot between serious storytelling and over-the-top chaos. You return to Stillwater after waking up from a coma, only to find your gang disbanded and rival crews running the city. What follows is a wild ride of reclaiming turf, building your empire, and doing some of the most insane missions ever seen in an open-world game. The customization in Saints Row 2 is still unmatched. You can create almost any kind of character, dress them however you want, and even change their voice. The game world is packed with side activities, from insurance fraud and fight clubs to base jumping and stronghold takeovers. While later Saints Row games leaned into full-blown absurdity, SR2 kept its roots in crime and gang warfare, making it the perfect middle ground between serious GTA-style gameplay and pure sandbox fun. It's chaotic, hilarious, and still totally playable today. Scarface: The World Is Yours reimagines the movie's ending. Tony Montana survives the infamous mansion shootout and vows to rebuild his empire from the ground up. You step into Tony's shoes, swearing vengeance on those who betrayed him and slowly taking back Miami, block by block. The game isn't just about shooting and driving. It's about empire management. You buy businesses, smuggle drugs, hire goons, and expand your territory. Tony's personality is baked into everything from cursing out enemies during fights to negotiating deals with suppliers. The game world is massive, with tons of activities and side missions that make it feel alive. It also features an incredible soundtrack and licensed music from the era that completely sells the 80s Miami vibe. If Vice City was the glamorized version of the 80s, Scarface is its blood-soaked, ruthless cousin. A must-play for any fan of crime games. Mad Max drops you into a savage post-apocalyptic wasteland where survival is all that matters. You play as Max Rokitansky, a lone warrior stripped of his car and gear, on a mission to build the ultimate war machine, the magnum opus. The open world is brutal and barren, yet hauntingly beautiful, filled with bandit camps, twisted metal ruins, and towering sandstorms. The driving combat is a highlight. You'll be ramming enemies, shooting harpoons, and blowing up convoys Mad Max style. The on-foot melee combat is just as satisfying, with bone-crunching punches and slow-motion finishers. There's a deep upgrade system for both Max and his car, encouraging exploration and scavenging. While it doesn't have the dense city life of GTA, the sheer atmosphere, freedom, and car combat make it a thrilling alternative. Think of it as GTA meets Fury Road, and it's every bit as badass as that sounds.
Water that's popping out the... What do you think I'm running here, a coffee?
The Godfather, the game lets you rise through the ranks of the Corleone crime family, starting as a low-level enforcer and working your way up by taking over businesses, roughing up rival gangs and completing classic missions based on the legendary film. It does an incredible job blending original characters with movie moments, allowing you to step into scenes from the film and make your own mark on the story. The game features a robust extortion system, allowing you to intimidate business owners and control territories across New York. As you rise in power, you'll unlock new weapons and crew members and abilities to dominate the city. Fire with voice work from key members of the original cast and a faithful recreation of 1940s New York era, it perfectly captures the Mafia atmosphere. It's like GTA meets The Sopranos, and if you've ever wanted to become a Don, this is your chance. And there you have it. 10 open-world bangers packed with action, attitude, and that classic GTA-style freedom we all love. From brutal beatdowns in Yakuza 0 to dusty road rage in Mad Max, there's more than enough to keep you entertained until GTA 6 finally drops. Which one are you jumping into first? Or did we miss a hidden gem? Drop your picks in the comments, hit that like button if you enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos just like this. Thanks for watching, and keep your wanted level high.